Good evening, everybody. That's right. I almost said morning because I took a afternoon nap, so it feels more like morning to me. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the 22 Panels Heavy Metal Book Club, where today we will discuss the relaunched Metal Hurlant issue 2, which was so good. And I got to start off right off the bat. Dylan, how happy were you to see the crisp, well-lettered Gale?
Oh man.
I was going to comment on that actually. That's
I
funny.
I
That was
love me
pretty
some Gale.
nice.
And I also am going to just toss out right off the bat another one of the classic stories they had was they had Exterminator 17, but it
Yep.
was in color, and we haven't seen it in color before, and I like it so much better in color.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
I figured that that was gonna come up and that you might like it a lot more in color. It seemed like it
Well,
was a lot better enunciated in color.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those weird things because I love black and white comics, but I think that I think that artists work differently when they're intending to work in black and white
Yeah,
versus
definitely.
when they're intending it to be colored.
For
Oh
sure.
If they're
yeah.
intending it to
I
be
mean,
colored, particularly with I mean, some of the really impressive colors that Metal Hurlant and really just
well, all
Vendetta
I'm gonna
say,
say is that black and white, you know, I, I've done a lot of art recently, but in my experience, black and white, when you're intending to work in black and white and you're working with black and white type things, you sort of have to like think about like how to get that shading and how to get that crisp quality out of black and white compared to if you're intending to work in color, you don't necessarily want to put all that in there because it makes it harder to do the actual color with.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Um, at least that was my experience, like when I was in art classes, was
yeah.
like sure, there were times where it was nice to ink things, but if you were adding color, you didn't want to like add shading or too much shading because you'd want to do that in color instead of doing that in, ink or whatever other medium you were using to do your black and white. So,
Mhm.
Yeah. So without further ado, though, let's jump into Jerry Friesen and Afif Khalid's David William Hughes, 2007 to 2053. Nice Martian story. Well, or at least a
Yeah,
Mars-based story.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look too deeply at the cover of this issue. Did it
Do
bill
you want me?
itself?
I can go back to the cover.
Yeah, let's check it out real quick because I didn't look really
Space stares
there's
back.
star stuff. Well, so this is all a big deal. Space stares back. Okay, so nowhere on here does it bill itself as a Mars themed issue
No,
because
it's a space themed
almost
issue.
every story,
Yeah,
not
there's a
almost
lot of
every,
Mars.
yeah, the
a large
first,
majority of the stories are
I feel
centered
like
on
the
Mars.
first quarter of the stories are specifically set on Mars, and they make that section very Mars based. I might be wrong about that, but I
Well,
thought
and
I
I
remembered in the some of the discussion they were saying,
yeah.
hey, this part we're actually diving a little bit into like
Mm.
Martian stories, not necessarily Martian as in like Mars, yeah, aliens from Mars, but Martian as in like take place on
Yeah.
Mars as the world's backup planet. And then it is true that this entire episode is very space focused. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love that common thread. It was great.
Yeah.
Well, and the next one is Monster Folk. I mean, I like that they're doing themes with
Mhm.
their um and like we discovered that there's continuing things, but as I think about it, both I mean the two continuing things that I know already, the Exterminator 17 and the Gale fit into both a space and a monster theme. So
Yep.
it makes them really great.
This was a good start too. I enjoyed this one.
yeah. No,
I
David William Hughes,
I
2007 to 2053 is
It was okay. It was a good start to the issue.
I need us to discuss the ending so that I better understand it. But
yeah, sure.
um,
I mean, the way I understand it, he's an architect, and like this is his.
Artist
Is he
architect.
even an
yeah,
architect? He's an
he was
artist for
he was
sure.
a person
Right,
commissioned to make these statues that were supposed to be their message to other
right,
civilizations if
Future,
they encountered
yes.
them, but
right,
also rocket ships. Um, and so he decides because so the his bosses say that this mission is over, the plan's going to be destroyed, everyone needs to leave, and so everyone leaves except for him because he
he
decides
won't leave his artwork.
he won't leave
Right.
his artwork behind, so he's going to be the
He wants
messenger, the
he wants to be part of the message.
yeah,
Right.
he's part of the message, which is great. I love the sentiment so far. It's working.
Oh,
It's working on all cylinders for me. I love it. And then you go to the next page, and yep. So the rocket hits, and then he's dead,
yeah,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then all right. So Mars is destroyed. The planet no longer exists, it seems.
yeah,
Hmm.
But
Okay.
because this is comics and awesome, like the fragment that he was on stayed
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's still there, effectively, I guess, still being a messenger.
sure.
Yep.
Right.
And what destroyed the planet was someone else doing the same thing that got his planet got destroyed, and then
Right.
his piece of art slash whatever message
Okay,
destroyed Mars.
Right.
I see. So okay, so that's what this is.
Yes.
So now we're going backwards in time, right
Yep.
before Mars got destroyed, and Earth is now looking at
Right.
the rogue meteor that's going to destroy Mars, and they say,
Right.
"Holy shit, what is
With
this?"
the artist on the front.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's an
It looks
ambassador
like an
from another planet.
ambassador.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
that's great. I love that. I didn't
Hmm.
understand it when I first read
Yeah.
it, but now that I do, I love it. It's
Yeah.
great.
I
Yeah.
also love the little time signature type thing that's just so you can tell that you're watching their screen
Yep.
even without making it
Hmm.
overwhelming that you're watching the screen.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a
I
cool
know.
story.
That was a good one.
Really nice art.
I mean, they also add in like some of the screen lining
Yeah.
that you see.
Yeah.
Um,
Slightly lower resolution.
on the first issue of Erlant that we did, you had a timer for each story because it's a very long
Yeah.
issue, and we're trying to get. Are we going to do a similar thing, or are we just going to
Uh
try and
I think
bust
we're
through
just
each
gonna
one?
try. I didn't manage to
Sure,
put together a rundown.
sure.
I mean,
I
if we
mean,
decide that we
last time
need to, I can.
We, we
we were trying to strictly get done in that period of
Yeah,
time.
we had
Obviously,
specific.
it would be nice not to spend forever on this,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
uh
Okay,
yeah,
Which is why I was going to jump straight into elsewhere. The other
sure.
thing is, I feel like
Do it.
we actually managed to pretty easily keep our clip last time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah, Amy DeJong, who I feel like I know from something. I feel like,
I do not, but I felt this was another good story.
Oh, I love this story.
Yeah, it was a
It's
good one.
amazing.
I love it because this is how AI would do it.
I mean, yeah, to some extent.
Yeah. Like our current AI situation, that shit's lying. It's trying not to get turned off. I
I
feel
don't
like
know
this.
if I know her stuff, but she did a Lord of the Flies adaptation.
Her art,
Oh,
her
she
art
did
looks really
Days of
sweet.
Sand. If you
Oh,
haven't read
okay,
Days of Sand, you should
that checks
totally
out.
read Days of Sand. Oh, and she did Blossoms in Autumn too. I like Blossoms in Autumn.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, now I know who we're talking about. Yes, Amy DeJong is a outstanding um I'm pretty certain French artist. Um definitely one of the reasons why we need to pay lots of attention to Bande Desnay. Um, Let me pull this. You guys can probably still see the screen, but I can't because I was looking at other stuff. And I love this. I love this story.
Yeah, I did too. It was great.
It says she was born in Netherlands. I don't know if that
Okay.
she has French
Well,
heritage
like,
though.
no, no. French is the most comic, or France is kind of the center of comics publishing for a lot of Europe. So even born in the Netherlands, there's a good chance that she'd be published first in France. I'd have to dig deeper. Because there's
Quick
also a lot of
little
Belgium
fact
comics,
check.
and pretty much every comic or every country in Europe has their own native comics as well. But like there are a lot of like Les Humanoids. There are a lot of French um comics companies. Uh, yeah. So somebody refresh me on this story because I remember liking it.
So the
And I
story in short is that they go off, they're trying to colonize Mars, right? And they go off and they create this complete set
yeah.
of automatons, robots, if you will, to send to Mars for
Construction.
construction.
Right.
Yeah, they essentially are like, go build us, a place to live on Mars.
Right. And they're monitoring via video feed what they're doing.
Right.
Right.
So
I
there's no
remember now.
humans on site whatsoever. It's all just these robots, which are run by AI, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And essentially, they're able to give feedback, but they give feedback via the videos that they receive that essentially are also, thing or essentially tools created by the machines, right? So, what's happening and what they say is that the robots continuously like built more of themselves and or got better and better and better at building um
Better versions of themselves.
well, not just better versions of themselves but better versions of the constructs that they were trying
Right,
to
right.
build, right? But essentially somewhere in here they also mentioned that like they had created like the code for the AI was created for efficiency and um, being really, advanced and blah blah blah. Kind of story that you keep hearing like in real life
Right.
with AI, and there's some truth to it, and some, obviously things where machines interpret things way differently than humans do, and that comes down to a lot of like, hey, how do you tell a machine to do a thing, right? But
Right.
Um, and so like eventually, like after a few years or something like that, there's getting videos back of these glorious cityscapes that the robots have built. So, essentially this was run by or like this was the project of some lady, and then like, once the city was built, they all got onto some spaceships and ran off to Mars because hey, like, we can now go live on Mars. We fucked Earth, but we can go live there. And the short of it is they get to Mars and they can't find anything at all. And when they finally do, it's like a miniature diorama of a huge city. And, like
Right.
they see the like little drones that are, sending the videos, and the drones are like hand size,
Also tiny. Right.
also
Right.
tiny.
The solution the AI came up with is we're having trouble making this big, but we think we can make it little, and that will make them happy. Um,
Well, the whole entire point is that they could send feedback via video, as long as they were getting positive feedback via video, like of what they were
Right.
sending, they were doing a
Right.
good job, right?
Right.
Yep.
How many
But
of you?
they weren't doing it up to spec because, you know, they were just accepting, the humans were watching from a distance and they were just accepting whatever visuals were being sent to them, right?
How many of you have read Mark Russell's and Roberto Mele's Traveling to Mars?
Nope.
No, not read that.
Oh,
Nope.
you should totally. I won't spoil it then, but it has a similar conceit for a very different story, and not the same conceit. And just telling you this similar conceit probably spoils it a little, but yeah, it's one of my favorite comics of the last couple of years because it plays with a lot of things,
I
not the
mean,
least of which is
it's not
um
exactly a new concept.
oh no.
I mean, even before we had AI specifically, we had the old monkey's paw and
Oh
genie
yeah.
and all that
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
stuff. And it's the same damn thing. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
you told it to do something, but, you know,
It decided how.
yeah, it figured out how, and, you didn't really give it enough specifications. Now, the last thing I was going to say is, yeah, so because of that, like, they were trying to build that because Earth was failing and it was going to be underwater. And because of that, if you look at the last panel, you notice that they are,
Earth
in
is
fact, living
underwater.
underwater. So,
Yeah, because the um framing is a teacher teaching about this in the future,
yeah,
which is also just brilliant.
yeah, their plan B turned into a failure. So
Right.
now they're on to plan C, which is,
Or D or E or F,
Yep,
maybe
exactly.
Z.
who knows? Q,
David
double Q,
Jones.
B, D, G. Oh, yeah, this is another one.
This
This
was
is
a fun
another
one.
this this is both of these stories are very much in my running for a favorite story.
Yeah,
I
this was
love this. David Jones goes off to Mars and gets to party, and you got, the Beatles are here, and and just
I
all
mean,
sorts of
like,
craziness.
so just to be fair, they're going back and forth between him going to Mars and, him being influenced to go to Mars while on Earth.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and yeah, he's convinced to go to Mars because it's like an exploration, a new place to go. You go get experience. Like, I think it's kind of like in reference to like the Beatles going to India or
Definitely.
a tour and
Well,
like
and
doing
just
things.
psychedelia in general. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan of this page that has the Ziggy Stardust and has them in the,
right.
you know,
Yeah, and then essentially the concept is that all these artists are being sold on this idea that you go to Mars and you have this experience and you come back and you can just be a legend.
right. When in
And what's
fact,
really
it
happening, go
in
ahead.
general, they're being imprisoned on Mars, cloned and sent back, except for Ringo.
I don't think they're even being cloned. I think they're being replaced by,
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And Ringo, yeah. In the case of Ringo Starr, they just figured he'd already been replaced, so they sent him back
right,
with the aliens.
right. I love that picture.
It was a great
Miss you,
picture.
boys. Kisses from the Earth, Ringo.
Mhm.
But no, it
It's
is
a
a
good likeness
hilarious
too,
thing. I think
which makes it even
if you
funnier.
read the like little intermission slip,
I did.
Forging of the Metal, the Art of the Abyss, they do talk a little bit about this earlier on page on one of the page number here.
It's at the beginning.
Yeah, it's after the first comic. There it
The
is.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Jake Thomas.
they do some discussion on this. I think this is like one of the few I read. I kind of like I read this one and then I kind of glossed over or like skimmed the next one and then like slowly I just more and more skip stuff. But
Same.
yeah, they
I
talk about this
like
being like the reverse of what's it called when you steal culture?
Cultural
Appropriation.
right,
appropriation.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, what I will uh throw out, I understand skipping the forging the middle, but I also think that they are wonderful in part because they can be skipped. You can choose to just read the comics. But Jake
Sure.
Thomas is doing a really good job of writing essays that both tell you a little bit about what you're going to read and tie this group of comics together as, hey, we're going to do this thing.
Yeah, I agree that like I do think they're valuable and I think it's nice to have them in there. Again, for me, it's just like a matter of like I especially like during the season have been pretty time crunched.
Oh
So
yeah, no, no, no.
the
I
first one it was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. And the next one I was like, okay, I like kind of read through the first paragraph and skimmed the rest. And I don't know if I read much of the ones beyond that or not, but I just know that it's like sort of one of those things where it's like, okay, I have an idea of what this is,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I can get like you can kind of just like the nice and it's probably a testament to how he's written it. You can kind of just skim it and be like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, I get like what he's talking
Or if
about,
you,
what this
I
section is
mean,
supposed to be
it's
about.
also good for going back. If you like love a comic, you know that you can go back to the beginning of that section and maybe get some more insight into it.
Yeah, sure.
Because sometimes there's stuff about how it's made, sometimes there's stuff about the period, you know.
Right.
There's a readable but scholarly nature to the essays that he's writing.
Yep.
And
Hey.
that I appreciate a lot. Um, the Enigma, Laurent Seifer. I love the art on this.
Yeah,
You
that sounds
do?
great.
I do.
I didn't.
No?
No.
I liked how it was very minimalist. It also
Yeah.
felt, uh, I mean, hot button topic, but it looks Russian, if that makes sense. Like
I
Russian propaganda, like
Yeah,
cartoons,
I get
right?
that.
Doesn't it kind of
I
give
don't
that
know why,
vibe?
but yep.
I mean, the content of all that stuff aside, like it's an interesting art style.
Sure.
there was somebody in this, and I forget if it was Seifert. Um, was it the Geiger as or
I don't
the
know. I
Friesen
like
essay
the
that
art of
talked
it.
about it?
I don't know if I'd want a whole like series of comics of the art per se. But
No, I think it fits for the story more than
I will agree with that.
yeah. No,
I mean,
fits well with the
but I'm a
story.
big fan of doing art, like adapting art to story. And I feel like it like I said, I feel like it does that well. Um, it's got a little Jeffrey Allen love to it. We just did news from the Fallout with or and like I'm not saying it's influenced by that because he's relatively new too, and I don't know if Seifert's new or not. I don't know Lawrence Seifert. Um, but they've got only Love works more black and white. I like the color scheme, the black and red and white.
Well, it's monochromatic red. Yeah.
Right. Um, but like this page that I've got up, page 31, reminds me of Darwin Cook and New Frontier with the three wide panels on top of each other that I
Mm-hmm.
thought really fit well for this part of the story. but then I like that we shifted to I like that they were gridless or that they were borderless panels, you know.
Sure.
Um, Story itself, uh, I didn't dislike it. I don't
I
know
mean,
if I
like,
felt like it had that
yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting.
the
I find the
huge,
most
huge,
basic
powerful
thing.
message that some of them have had, and it's more straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, no twist or whatever, but I thought it was just really well done. Um,
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of just they find this amazing artifact and then they're told, leave it alone because we don't know what to do with it.
right.
And that's it. Like literally, there's no more to it.
Right.
You're listening to this podcast and wondering if I just
Uh,
got cut off or something.
right.
But
And then we kind of the next section is in space. Everyone can still hear you being a prick.
I
And
thought that
some
was a great title. I also
it
really
is.
Yeah,
like
it
those
was.
subtitles.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that definitely helps set a tone.
Right. Well, and this is the section that's like just because you're in space doesn't mean you're not still an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
is
definitely
any
remember It's a Small Universe. We've read this one.
we've
I
read
know
Yep,
this.
we
that.
did. And it was
Um,
black and white.
as anybody here like a Saturday Night Live guy?
I
Yeah,
don't
on
watch
and
it
off.
regularly, but I love it.
Has anybody? Adam Sandler came back to host recently, and he did like an ad for a travel agency that was full of if you and your wife don't get along at home, going to Italy is not going to make you stop arguing.
Yeah.
We can provide a beach and sun. We cannot make you look good in a bikini.
Oh, that's right. And is that what the one where they had their kid was also there?
Right.
They had like it was like a goth kid or whatever who was trying to hide from
Something
the
like
sun the
that.
whole time.
Um,
I missed
but
that one.
yes. So like that this made me think of that is like okay we're take very human stories and set them in space, just because you get to go out in space, particularly in this version of space, doesn't mean that you're not human, doesn't mean that you're some sort of hero, doesn't mean that you're anything spectacular. And this one's just like great. You've got
Yeah.
the guy, oh wow, I've been found, oh you asshole.
Girl has a lot more bronze skin in like one of these earlier pictures, and then like you see her more in full, and her skin's much paler.
uh
Sorry.
well, I mean,
I
in
mean, it's
this
still great
one,
art. It's just something I noticed randomly.
well, I think he didn't color her as deeply in the non-close-ups, but I think that's true of all of the characters. Does that make sense?
The weird island stranded guy is pretty well colored in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this one. So this
I
time I
just
think it's like
love that.
color. Last time
No,
was black and white, right?
Yeah,
yes.
last time was black and white. This is another
Yeah.
one that got colored.
How did the color of the shape on the planet change in black and white?
I mean, I don't think there was nearly the same definition because
Nope.
he's doing so much of
No.
his definition through color.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, actually, to be
isn't that
honest,
supposed to be
though,
like a plot point and like at the end of the story that like because at the beginning the S shape is like blue and then all this crazy murder happens and now it's red.
Oh, I didn't even really notice that.
well, I mean, also the beginning, you're looking at it from like
You're
further
looking at it
out
from the
Orbit.
surface level.
orbit. Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's right. You got to go all the way. Yeah, it's almost an entire planet of water,
And then this little bit,
and you're
right?
still outside of the. I think as much as anything here, you're outside of the atmosphere, and for this final one, you're inside the atmosphere.
Could
Yeah.
be.
But I agree that there is an element of it's supposed to be symbolic of that, and no, that
Sure.
symbolism didn't come through at all in black and
Yeah.
But if you look at all the other panels previous to the last one, the land is red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before
like
that,
even
isn't
like the
it's
first
always
when you
red, I guess,
first
right?
come up
Yeah, no,
close
it's
to
always
it, it's
red.
always red.
Which is why I think that like
Hmm.
this has more to
Right.
do with atmospheric interference
I
Clearly.
guess
or
But you know,
shading.
that's a weird detail to try and get across here, but
Hmm.
you
Well,
could be
but
right.
again, I
but
don't I think that's like the technical reason that we put it. That's how you can
Sure.
I think that Mobius did it for the symbolism.
yeah,
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
Um
No,
and for
He,
that
I
he's,
matter,
think
he's
that
gonna
you
know
it
what they're
was
getting
done
into.
on purpose, where you have the blue at the beginning and then the red at the end. I just
yeah, I
not
mean
not in relevance to like the actual physics of it. I mean, like obviously there is physics that could explain it, but you know,
well, but you'll also notice that the only time that like everything isn't reddish other than from orbit is when they're coming down into the sea and you've
Yeah.
got closer to and there's kind of a purple to go
Purplish.
along with the red.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's definitely a symbolic thing as well. Um, but it could have also some like if anybody cared enough to ask him to explain it, he could probably go, well, there's atmospheric whatever.
Sure, sure.
I don't I'm guessing that people didn't question Mobius that much. Just like I
Rightly
think
so.
yeah, I think like it's a mixture of lighting, close-ups, and when you're farther away, particularly on the two characters coming from space, you can't get their expressions as well as you get them if you're adding color too.
I think the explanation of it's there for the symbolism is justification enough.
Right.
It works well.
Yeah.
sure, sure.
But yeah, no, this was
I like
this
this one a
was
lot.
this was
That was a
fun.
good comic.
I mean, Mobius is Mobius.
There's,
You know,
there's not a better way to say it, Tad.
ah,
It's a small world. I mean, it's a small universe after all. Well, there's no after all. Well, whatever.
There is in our hearts.
um, but yeah, no, this was fun on
Yeah.
lots of levels.
No, it's great. And I think seeing it in a color is really beautiful. I mean,
Yeah,
it was beautiful even without the color, but it definitely punches up a notch.
yeah.
So
Resource.
I thought this one was like I was very amused by the story in this one.
Yeah,
I'm not
Predictable, but good.
yeah, I'm
yeah.
not
This
saying
also
that
has that Russian feel to it, Russian propaganda feel to it.
Well, I feel like there's at least one, and maybe it was Pizarro. I feel like there's at least one artist in this that is not only Russian, but like left Russia after they invaded the Ukraine.
It's good for them.
Um, I feel like we even so let me scan back again. I feel like that was even something that was said
Oh,
about
imagine, I didn't read this stuff, so
yeah,
right.
Pisarev. Yeah, Nicola Pisarev, it looks like. Left Russia when it began its war with Ukraine.
Right.
Yep. Right in that middle section, top part. No, middle
So
vertically and then top part of it. Or
right.
middle column.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know, at least halfway down in that first paragraph.
No, I see it. I see it. I'm just um but yeah, no, like it references Ennio Morricone and I can hear that. But I also this has like Treasure of the Sierra Madre feel to it too. You know, it's again, oh, we're gonna get rich. Oh, you're gonna try to steal it from me. I can't let you steal it from me. I'm gonna kill you. Only, in space.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's
And
got
with the added like when you get to the end, you realize that it's like not just them. This has been a thing.
Yeah, people keep doing it.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
like,
To get this
yeah, this is a
pyramid put back
treasure
together.
that keeps trapping people. And essentially, since nobody comes back, nobody knows how it's trapping people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's set up to not really have anybody come back.
Well, and and
So,
and is it trapping them or is it just like the gold fever of a treasure of the Sierra Madre that like there's certain times where humans are just overwhelmed by their greed and they lose trust and they
I mean, that is a form of trap.
no, I
Mhm.
understand. No, I'm not. But what I mean is, I like that it could be mystical and it could just be human greed.
Yep.
I mean, it could be, though
It's
that
both.
structure suggests otherwise. That's
No,
what I'm
but
saying.
that's I, th- I. This is exactly what I'm saying. I think it's supposed to suggest otherwise to give it that
Yep.
whole. I
Right.
wasn't saying that it was accidental, that it was
No.
ambiguous.
No, I'm just
Got
saying
the
that I
it's got
don't
the it's
feel
got the
like there's
one.
a lot of evidence that's solely human greed. I know human greed plays into it because that's how they got here, right?
Right.
But once they're here, it's like it doesn't even fully seem like he's just overwhelmed. It just seems like he's completely like l- under a trance or a
Right.
spell.
Right.
I mean, he's like putting this piece that he brought with him, like of this
I
incredibly
know,
rare, expensive thing into this,
but
pyramid-like
that
structure.
that just has me thinking about DuckTales and the first 6-part episode and that guy, my gold.
Yeah, I don't know
I was
about
gonna go Lord of the Rings, and the ring sort of
Well, but that does have mystical
it
powers.
it does, but the way people usually behave around it, like
That's true.
when especially with men, just like yeah, men are just greedy
Right,
assholes.
right, right. And then we have Overload,
This one,
intergovernmental outer space station.
I like this one, and I think this is just a me thing, but like technical and military instructions and jargon, like oh I can't. It's rough. It's hard for me to get through.
Right.
Yeah,
I
this
don't.
this one with like the ghostly ending is pretty amusing.
It was cool, yeah. I liked it once it picked up. I finally got on board with it, but it was hard to start.
It was. I agree.
It was good. I agree with everything you said. I like the countdown timer. I
Hmm.
like how long it takes it to figure out, oh, a human being, a child, man, because that's a riddle I know, so I saw it immediately.
Hmm.
Now, I didn't manage to go watch the video that I sent you guys, but I did read this interview. Did you
Hmm.
guys read the science and science fiction interview?
This is
Nope.
the one that I did read, yes.
Okay, she's fucking cool.
Yeah, cool as shit. Agreed.
And I need to take the time to watch the video and more of her videos because
Yeah.
she's fucking cool. Um, like to have like uh, I mean to put it in easiest terms, it's like if you're watching Big Bang and Penny actually did have Leonard's level of knowledge, maybe not Sheldon, because she admits that some of this is hard for her, but she's just
Uh-huh.
fascinated and she plows through it, right?
Sure.
But but like but she's all tatted up and she clearly like enjoys life and geek stuff and yeah,
Yeah.
this was like the interview is worth watching. Her channel, um, oh God, what is her channel? I should just go to our text thread. I texted everybody and I should say her name is Dr. Erin McDonald. She's the Star Trek science advisor, educator, and astrophysicist. And there was just a really cool interview with her that I'm gonna say, particularly if you're geeky, but but frankly, even if you just love like science or Star Trek, this is almost worth the price of the book. Uh, right here. Um, I thought it was just a fun interview, and maybe I sent it in an email. Yes, she has a YouTube channel, so just look up Dr. Erin McDonald.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
you getting the email, and then I saw it, and I saw the
right,
the interview or the video was like 30 minutes or an hour or something. I
right,
was like,
which
oh, I
is why
don't
I
have.
didn't manage to get to it yet either.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have time for this right now. I'll get to it later, and then forgot about it
Right,
until I read this issue, and I was like, oh wait, I gotta go back and watch that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Dr. Erin Explains the Universe is the name of her channel. Um, Erin McDonald
Cool.
at Erin McDonald on YouTube. I totally recommend it, and I know that I will be falling down some rabbit holes with that. But on to Serge Clerc with Beyond the Stars, which has a very um Hirsch and Tintin feel to some of the art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
I'd agree with that.
Tintin meets 1996.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I remember this.
Tintin
Some
meets
kid sneaks
1996
onto
is a
some
good
ship and then, gets foisted off on a robot, security
right.
robot.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Yeah,
oh,
I feel
right,
I
the ship crashes and then some space freighter picks them up.
right.
And they're the
I
only survivors of the Antares, the original ship they
right.
were on.
Right. And then this next section is absolutely a Martian section, but it's ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. So it's like a mixture of horror and
Yeah, this one
family.
I really like this one.
Oh yeah, this one was good.
Yeah, this one's
It was nice, it was serene, it was dark.
I, I don't get it. Why is she killing and burying the babies?
She's not killing them. She's trying to grow them, but they keep
Right.
dying, so she has to keep going on burying them.
she's
Oh,
not
Right.
killing anybody.
Yeah.
She keeps trying to grow them, and instead of them growing and then,
That
coming out
they wind
alive,
up
Yeah.
being dead.
they end
Yeah.
up dying
okay.
before
So
they can come
what
out.
did I miss?
I don't know.
Because I
Uh,
don't
so
get
so
it.
It's
no, no, no.
So you can
it's
see so
starting with a
I think
burial.
Yeah,
yeah.
it starts with the burial, but the part that you really need to go forward another page, go forward another page. Okay, so this is the part where we're seeing her doing the stuff, and then she comes out of this lab where we see these babies growing in these pouches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next page.
hold on,
She
go back one, go back
Go
one.
ahead. Go ahead.
So I think what tips you off that it's not purposeful is that she goes to sleep and then an alarm goes off and she
Right.
wakes up in a startle, and then she goes
And
out to find that
runs.
the reason the alarm is going off is because one of them is dying.
Right.
Well, and we're not
I
even
did
sure
miss
that
that.
like the
Yes.
reason the alarm is going off is because one of them is dying. Because if you look at this, go back to that one, previous page. Like if you look at the,
Nope. Go there you
thank you. If you look at this, essentially what you have here is that she comes in and there is like this baby that's like sort of got this green glow to it while all the other ones are in red. And like it
Right.
looks like a fairly healthy baby. And like, she's checking her vitals and doing something on here, and then suddenly it shrivels up and dies. So
You know what?
theoretically, it could
You,
be that
could be
she did
killing
do
you.
something,
you
but
know what? You know what fucks me up on this? It's the
yeah.
use of green and red, where
Yeah.
green means
Sure.
go and red means stop.
I'm like, oh shit, this one's alive. I gotta kill
Yeah, right.
it.
Right.
Better get rid of this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
No, I
Yeah,
can see
but
because
like,
in that page too, when she's got her iPad and she's doing stuff, like you could easily interpret that as she's doing stuff on her iPad to kill it.
Right.
yeah, I mean,
So I
I
get
guess
that.
I guess now that I see it, like
But
I
this one's
I
about
had
to come to
interpreted it
fruition.
originally as something ha went wrong and it like shriveled up and died, but it is possible that what you're saying is actually
Yeah. I liked this one a lot. I think it was
I
I mean, and looking at it, it does seem like what she has here is like a biome. Like if we look at some of the other stuff, there's
yep.
clearly water, there's
There's food. She's
clearly
growing food. That's
plants,
successful.
but then like, but then she's burying it outside, so I don't know why she would be intentionally killing it.
I don't
It
think
seems
she's
like it just seems
Right. She
like
could
she
use it as
just has
fertilizer.
lots of failures, is what it really
Yeah.
seems like.
their seeds. She
Well, and
didn't
I
grow people.
think there is a sense of both urgency and even in her hands, I feel kind of a sadness here. And I look at this dripping from the tubing
Yeah.
as symbolic of tears.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the intention is that she's trying to keep them alive and is failing at
Right.
it.
And her
Yeah.
body
But
language in this panel when she's like with
yeah,
the drone is just it
it's
feels
it's
very defeated.
it's defeated. It's somber, but it's matter of
Yeah.
factly. It's like, oh, here we
Right.
go again, kind
At
of a
no
thing.
point does it seem like it's menacing
Yeah.
or,
Right.
I yeah, I
any
think the
sort of
Agreed.
intention
determination
is
comes with.
I mean, she's a scientist, and I think on some level, what she's doing is as much science, and that might be one of the reasons that she's not carrying the babies. Um,
Yeah. And I mean, for me, like the last image says a lot because it just feels like, all this failure, right? It's
right,
like, it's not really like, it doesn't feel to me like what this is saying is, oh, she did this devious act. What it
no,
feels to me
right,
like
no, no,
is
no,
she's a
no.
scientist and she's had to do this a lot of times
Yeah.
and it just
right.
sucks.
I think we're all on board. I think the intention is that she is trying to keep them alive. She's trying to grow them successfully, but they keep dying,
Hmm.
and so she has to go out and bury them. But
Right,
to Matt's point, like I can see some panels and pivots in the story where it
right,
could be misinterpreted.
Like
Yeah,
she
right,
I
doesn't
completely
want
agree with that.
something to be born into this awful world that she's
Sure.
living in.
right.
I mean, I could see that too, but then the question is
That's how
why
I
like,
interpreted it.
yeah,
So
but then the question is why does she even have this growth machine? Like,
exactly. Yeah. Well, maybe
yeah.
I'm the psychopath of the group.
Right.
Anyway,
I like this next one a lot too, the Olean flower.
Oh yeah, this one was
It was
very
okay.
fun. I don't know. I thought it was.
It makes me wonder if maybe they just the location does nothing. It's just, hey, we got this guy and this girl to get together and do it, and now she's pregnant.
I mean, yes. Um, but it was still I liked the art. I like this dancing here. I like
I mean, also, it's kind of like this whole like concept of a future where things are so strange. And I mean, like she's talking about like they're talking about their age, and like the youngest of them is like 90 something, and she looks like
right,
Mhm.
she's, I don't know, 20 something.
right,
And the woman we're following is like 190 something or
right.
whatever. I don't know. And then like apparently like the new like end age limit is 350, and it's like they can
Something
take
like
20
that.
years to sort of have children and not work.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's like, I mean, I feel like that it could be flushed out a lot more too. And I'm not saying that like they could do it in these pages. I'm saying that like they could take this and sort of build a universe around it.
Right.
Also,
That's
the only thing that I have about the twins, because she's one of two twins and she seems to be the only one who survived, right? We get
I
that
think
at the
so.
beginning. Is that like it seems like she's having twins at the end, but other than that, it's sort of like, okay,
Right.
what? Yeah.
Um,
That
no,
part of the story was confusing me a little bit.
I think that one of my favorite forms of comic short story are the ones where you can feel that there's a well-developed universe that you're just visiting.
Hmm.
And yes, it could be fleshed out a ton, but really, like, you're being given a simple story and you're supposed to ponder what it means
At face
both in the
value.
context, well, at face value, but what it means in the context of the universe and what it tells you about what that universe that provides that context is.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
supposed to inspire you to think about, okay, how, like, I've been
Yeah,
thinking about this on and off with our movie
I'm
club in terms of
not
what, go ahead.
sure. What I was gonna say is I'm not saying they have to or absolutely need to or even really should go do more. What I'm saying one, personally, if they did more, I would be interested in it. That's
Oh,
first.
absolutely.
And
No, no,
second, yeah, all I was trying to do was elaborate a little. And
yeah, yeah.
second, that there is definitely like I'm not saying that they should reach in and take every concept that they had and like really elaborate on a lot, but like to kind of give more of the feel that they're giving here and give it in like sort of different expressions would be interesting to me. And I think that's all I was
Right.
really gonna say.
No, no, and I wasn't trying to be combative
Sure.
or I was just building on it in terms of some of the stuff that I've been thinking because I even recently saw somebody write about how movies are often to send a specific message, whereas novels are often to make you think about things without giving a particular. Actually, I even remember where it was Audrey Sitterson when he was talking to um, Spencer Ackerman about Free Planet, which if you guys aren't reading Free Planet, you should definitely read Free Planet too. Um, and that he was really trying to capture in his comic that novel thing where you you try to inspire as much thought as give answers.
Yeah.
And I really actually I appreciate the comics medium's ability to both inspire huge questions and tell stories or give answers, and sometimes both at once.
Yeah.
In a way that I think is not unique to comics, but like very special about comics, where you can tell some really different. I mean, I love this because on one level, it's a story about, do I want to try this whole parenting thing?
Hmm.
I mean, for that matter, the man clearly does. He like wants to be a father or mother
Oh, sure.
because like we seem to be in a world that he can have his own kid, right? Um, Whereas she's like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, and if it works out, it'll work out, and if it doesn't work out, I'll probably go do this for the next 30 years, you know. But also like in having that story, it opens up this whole world of like, oh, if this, how would that if this scientific advancement or this world change happened, how does that affect our societal structure? Which I think, well, I don't think humans change, and I love that with a lot of sci-fi in that or sci-fi or historical fiction or whatever in terms of humans feel like humans. I think that often technology changes or technology will greatly wind up changing societal structure. And I think that that's sometimes undervalued, and that's part of what I see in this comic that I love is like I'm thinking about all of the ways, where like is it because they live so long that there's like almost no thought of, oh, let's build a nuclear family? I mean, that's not even discussed. Is it just unimaginable that you would like get together with somebody and raise a family together? Is it just because it's unnecessary, or is it because It's way different to spend 300 years with somebody than it is to spend 50 years with somebody.
Oh, for sure.
Or 20.
Though I do have to admit the first half page is still fairly confusing where they crash.
Uh,
Just all I'm saying is
uh,
like it's I mean like
then she wakes up.
yeah, she wakes up and she's Jade, we find out. But
Right. So I feel like
yeah,
all of this is, yeah, I don't know. I wound up
I
not
just
thinking about that a
haven't
lot
been able
after moving
to
into it.
figure out how it fits in the story, and that's not like that's
Well,
not
actually, how about this? Because she does say that she's done this before, but that it didn't take.
sure.
So maybe she's imagining what it would have been if it had.
Mhm.
No, I
No?
don't buy that. Well, okay, so the woman says, Jade Iris, I'm sorry. And then we learn that the woman's name, the one that we're following, is Jade, which to me suggests that the woman that's in the spaceship piloting it, who says, we can't live like this, is Jade's mother.
Well,
That's where my trouble with that concept comes from, I guess.
but this I'm gonna push back on that a little in two ways. First, um, there are Europeans that it is more prominent in some European nations to name daughters after mothers than it is in Anglo-Saxon. Um, and that's always been something that I've been puzzled by in general. Like, we regularly name sons after fathers. Why is it so out of the, so
Yeah,
I
look,
don't know that just naming one of the characters after her.
I just feel like that seems like, I mean, how do I put this? It's like if you talk about characters in any story, right? Anytime you have two characters who share a name, there's always sort of this minor plot point of
Right.
distinguishing the two of them and figuring out, you know, how you can know the difference between Matt, our heavy metal enthusiast, and
Well,
Matt, the guy that, me and Dylan knew at college. I'm sure there was a Matt. I
well,
don't
and
remember it,
the
but
second page and the hologram from the necklace also leans towards yours because you've got the twins coming up, and that's something that the kids are wearing, not the adult in the early
right.
picture. Um, and you've got she passed away by accident. Um,
Yeah, there's that too. I don't know. Again, it was just something where like it maybe like if I reread it and had that kept it more in mind, it might make more sense. Um, Clearly, at the time when her mother goes off and crashes into some sort of asteroid or whatnot, her there's something strange going on in their lives, and her mother's
right.
dealing with something. And it does seem like there's sort of this strange like this culture is interesting to us, but it's very much like completely different from anything that like, we currently live, right?
Well, and here's a a possibility because other than the fact that it's not really referred to specifically, like if this was a car, like if you took just this top part and you turned it into a car and running into a like telephone pole or whatnot, based
Boulder,
on the dialogue. What?
a boulder.
Sure.
That
But
that's the detail to get hung up on, Matt.
Right.
based on the dialogue, based on um the mother's expression, that sort of thing, based on the fact that the girls look scared, I would wonder if they were fleeing an abusive father.
I would also wonder that as well,
So I wonder if the
or
then
something along
going
those lines. I mean,
the then going forward and the fact that she has limited interest in um extended interpersonal relationships.
right.
I
Yeah, I
did
never
not
thought of that.
get that deep with my thoughts on this.
I
I didn't
mean, I
initially
don't know that
either,
I
but
like intentionally got that deep, but I think subliminally, like I captured some of that. Like she definitely has a very aloof nature where it's like she meets this man and she has sort of this sexual intercourse type thing, and clearly there's some amount of bonding between them, but she's also not like, oh, we should go off and get married or whatever,
right.
you know.
If anything, he seems more um attached to her
Right.
than the other way around. Would you like to see me again? And like she kisses him and walks away.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I mean, like, that's also like a kind of masculinity that we just don't even see. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't exist in our real life, but we don't see it.
right.
It's not the one that's portrayed a lot, especially in media.
So yeah, you took a story that I liked, you made me think I like it even more and it's deeper, but it also goes back to what I was saying is like particularly with the mixture between like acting and still form acting and being able to put in the abstract and whatnot. Comics are just such a great form to tell the tip of the iceberg and let you really explore on your own. You know,
Sure.
Outcasts of Space, Benjamin Fogel and Damien Covillar.
Yeah, this one was,
I
I
like this.
like this one.
Yep, this was
Yeah,
a fun one.
this is kind of a little ridiculous and like it's almost a little bit too close to home, but
Mhm. The only word they didn't put in here was carbon footprint.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I get this.
Well, it's like that, and then like the division of like the essentially the rich and the poor.
Yep, yep. This is totally classist.
Yep.
well, and also the like, I mean, we've recently had, oh, yes, you were allowed to come here when you got on the plane, but we changed our mind while you were in the
In the
air.
plane. Yep.
Yep.
Um,
I
yeah,
mean, then it sucks for these like pilots because they're just doing this to try and help their kid, and then
right.
Mhm.
They're doing this to hopefully get their kid to be able to move to Mars. They don't even have delusions that they're going to be able to do it themselves.
Yep.
Um,
right.
but then because of the way the society like is set up, he gets
Fucked completely.
given their debt.
Yep.
Their debt, which was
Yeah,
caused from essentially some guy, forcing them to
right,
land.
Yep.
right. Which also all the fact that they couldn't land is because of a law change between when they left Earth and when
Mhm.
they got.
Yeah, I really like this story.
Yeah, this was, and I like the art too. It reminds me some
Mhm.
of Michelle or Michael Fife and
That poor fucking kid,
I
though.
see
Cobra.
some Paul Pope here.
Definitely some Paul Pope here.
Yeah, I love the art style. The art style is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
a certain amount of detail, but also a certain amount of quickness,
Yep,
if that
exactly.
makes sense.
Yes, it totally does.
Yeah, there's
We're gonna make certain this detail gets in, but we're also gonna boom, boom, boom.
do you guys know who Scott Morse is?
Feel like I've
He
heard the
he's
name.
a writer and artist. He does a lot of work with the Alan Spiegel Arts Foundation. But he works mostly in like traditional ink and stuff, and every page of this looks
Okay.
a lot like his work as well. I actually had to go back and look at the art to see who did the art to see if it was him or not.
Right. I love it. His Instagram, father of two, husband of one, storyteller, GN author, EP, writer, director. Absolutely no AI inquiries.
Good man.
Yeah, no, this is heartbreaking and cool, and
Yep.
Then
I
the
like
hell of a
the use
douche.
of hot and cold colors.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
those are
Yep.
nice.
Um, it's like each panel is mostly monochromatic, except that really the interior is one monochromatic and the exterior is another
Another.
monochromatic.
Yep.
And in like that's why I love this panel with the screen, because you have inside the shape or the ship is still it's more blue and outside is still more red. Like the colors are just really well done.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Um, the news flash is crazy. I love this. Um, I love this ships in space procedure denied page.
Hmm.
The
Yeah, no, that's fucking dumb. It's like he had a
yeah,
3.5 and then he's down to a 1.9 because,
right. Yeah.
yep. It is gorgeous if you ever get a chance to look at it. More
Yeah.
reason to go buy this issue of
Metal Hurlant. I
Metal
mean,
Hurlant.
like I can't. People should subscribe. I know that it's got a little bit of a hefty price tag, but like you're getting 200 some odd pages for each one too. So like when you look at it that way, it's not that bad. Um, Egg from Yang Whelan. Another. This is very 2000 AD.
Can I just say I
Yeah.
really appreciated the number of stories with no words in
There
this
were a
issue.
lot of silent stories in
Yes.
this
Yeah.
issue for sure. Yeah.
I really dug that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one to like scoff at verbose comics with a lot of lettering and a lot of words in it. I mean there's obviously a line to cross with too many words,
Mhm.
but like I always appreciate a good silent comic and there
Absolutely.
are huge amounts.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that there's one word balloon in the whole thing and it's just got a heart in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like that. I like the design overall.
That's
Like if you
actually a chunk of
Yeah.
it.
go back a couple more, this first one here with him, that first reveal panel of this dude who pops out and he
Yeah.
spreads his wings. He looks like he's like this insect man.
Hmm.
Um,
And
it's really
that
cool.
was sick. I mean, it was just sort of like
It's a cool design.
first like that it's just like this weird insect, and you're like, what is this weird pod-like insect? And then it like shoots through some, I guess it shoots a thing through it, right? Okay. I think I misinterpreted that the first time, but that's okay. But yeah, and then he just comes out and starts wreaking havoc. You're not even really sure why she's in prison, but that's not the point.
Probably because she's an insect monster and they're
I don't think it's
humans.
a prison.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a prison of some sort. She's being used for something. At least that's how I interpreted it. It seemed
Yeah,
like she
I
was
think
being used to power or run this strange organic creature.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Um, and then that was pulling their stuff. So I guess that's why,
Yeah.
um,
She was a fuel source for their car, effectively.
yeah, something like that. Or the brain of the car, one or the other.
Well, and positioned
Oh,
as
that
its
would be
eye.
interesting.
Right.
That's way more interesting than just her being biofuel for this creature. That if she was functionally its brain, like that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be
Functionally its brain or
such
functionally
a
its
wild
eye
idea.
even.
hmm
Yeah. But she's clearly being used for something and
He frees her.
not, it doesn't feel like it's to her will. So I
No.
don't know.
Yeah, he rescues her, and then they have little goes to see their little grub babies or
little
whatever.
grub baby. Yeah, that's what it is.
Little grub babies.
And it's all love.
Oh, Governor of Mars.
Yeah,
This this might be my
What was
favorite
the wait,
story.
yeah.
wait.
This was a
Pillars
great.
of
This
Society extend to the heavens. That was
yeah,
the section
Pillars
name.
of society extend to the heavens. Yep.
yeah. This was a
Yep.
this the governor of Mars was very on the nose for current
Yep.
times,
Oh
and
yeah,
Yep.
Well, I
too
mean,
much so.
I did not
Mark
hate it for
Wade.
that. I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
loved the art in it.
It
The art was
was
hmm
terrific.
it was amazing,
Mark
but it
Wade
was
and
very
Fabian
much on the
Grelou.
nose.
5 stars across the board.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Uh, we've got a
5 stars.
serious.
It's 50 out of 5 stars, Matt. Get it right.
Right?
It takes it to 11.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Um,
I definitely like
the fail son.
The quaff.
Quaff.
they
Goes up
replace
there.
it and
He
then
insists that everyone's wants are stupid and that he just makes cuts
Right.
for money reasons and
Mhm.
Right.
everybody gets
Poor
sick.
people don't need my stuff.
he makes the central pillar of the
Statue.
bridge a sculpture of his
Right.
body, but then it starts to
Right.
fall apart because it's made out of the cheapest metal.
Cheapest steel.
Right.
Yep. I love that.
I did love that. Yeah,
Yeah, that was great.
Uh,
this is fun. I enjoyed this one a lot.
And then they replace him with the janitor.
right.
Which is a very history of the world. Um, have you guys
Yeah.
seen this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
this boy. I love that.
Yes.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's good to
Well,
be the
I
king.
love that part, and I love the end part where he's like he betrays them and like start goes off script, and then they're like, "Oh, like you still need us," and he's like,
Fuck, I do.
"It's like I'll think of something," and
Yep.
like you can see that he's replacing them the same way that they replaced the person that he
Right.
stepped in for.
hmm
Right.
It's like,
Right. Uh, yeah. Mark Wade has deserved like, and this shows, and he's. I mean, Mark Wade is actually the I want to say U.S. publisher of humanoids. He's got like a high editorial job at humanoids and has
Makes
for a
sense.
while. Um, while still writing DC comics and
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
sure.
Um, but like Mark Wade has long been known not just as a comic writer, but as like one of the nerdiest, um, most read comic scholar slash fans in the world. And like he shows that here because He takes very American sensibilities and still crafts a very European comic,
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
you know. And this is a guy that like is known for his Daredevil run and his Justice League run, like,
Hmm.
and those feel like they're supposed to feel too. I mean, yeah, this
Real quick, I want to point out too that I love the detail that from the moment he makes the water change, that everyone else except for him progressively gets more and more boils and
right.
warts on their faces
And
Yep.
because
he's always drinking earth water.
yeah, but everyone else is not, and so that everyone
Right.
else gets progressively more disfigured
Right.
because of the water.
Right.
It's a great,
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it.
great detail.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
Yep.
missile
this
to
was a
missile.
nice history article. I thought it was pretty cool to throw like the German history of the V2 into.
Yeah. What's the next story in this? Okay, so there's a story in here, and we'll get there when we get there, obviously, but about the guy who they leave trapped in like a landed spacecraft and he feels like he's burning up in there.
Yeah.
So there's a story that I wrote years ago called Albert Seven about like the history of Americans' attempts to basically bring people to the moon and like the testing V2 rockets and stuff where they had Albert was a rhesus monkey that they launched into space or they tried to launch into space and basically see what its effects are on biological life. And like they launched up to seven of these monkeys up there until they changed the name midway through for whatever reason. But a couple of them survived their flight into space, effective space, and then they landed in the middle of the desert, and then they died in the middle of the desert. And so, like when that story started, I was like, oh, is this like a weird twist on the story of one of the Albert monkeys who like had to die in this superheated capsule in the middle of nowhere? And then because I didn't read any of the prose in between these stories, it was interesting to see that that one is actually about the V2 rockets and stuff. Anyway, long story short, interesting. Anyway, Space Marauders.
Space Marauders. This is
Sorry.
second time I've read this one as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Though, again, the first time in color.
Right.
And again, like this actually reminds me of. So I don't know if this was an original color story because the coloring here is fantastic, but have any of you read Halo Jones, The Ballad of Halo Jones
I
No.
don't think
by,
so.
oh, okay. No, another book that I'm sad that Matt in particular and a little bit Dylan haven't read because like it's early Alan Moore.
Mm.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah.
the
Love you.
Ballad of Halo Jones is it's Alan Moore and who's the artist? Ian Gibson. And it was originally only color on like the covers. It was black and white. But when they put out the most recent edition, it was colored and it was colored in a style that this reminds me of a lot that also just worked really well. And I like it better with in the color version than I like in the um original version. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't know whether we would have to do. I guess that's all to say that this would mean that I'd have to do way more research to be able to figure out if this was originally color or black and white. But I think the coloring was fantastic.
Sure.
we seriously read this before because I do not recall this story.
Um,
I I was like on the edge of first of all, this story is not a super memorable story if you like
no,
read
but
it.
I am certain that we've seen that last panel before.
Right. The reason that I was like, oh, we've read this before. As we got to the end, I was like, oh, that's the only memorable part that I have. Not just
Right.
like the panel, but like there's, I mean, it's not, I guess it's not the only memorable part. I kind of remember this guy on the fourth page with this weird looking hat, like captain hat. So go forward another couple pages. There it is. Yeah, that guy on the top panel there. I kind of remember that guy. And I mean, like, yeah, I don't remember it being super memorable as a story the first time we read it, but like, I do remember this last page and panel really well. And he's like, nowadays I'm married and have a son and blah, 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 blah. And it's like very hickish sort of space story. And
Mhm.
I remember
Oh, dude.
what?
The writer artist is Valerian and Laureline.
Oh, the guy
Um,
who did Billion
yeah,
and Whatnot.
Jean-Claude Miseris
Oh, let me see.
does does Valerian. I
Yeah,
did
but it's
not know
very
that.
much like this whole military sort of like. I'm not saying it's good. Like I think it's definitely better in color. Um, but it's sort of just a weird sort of comic in general. So, and I think the words here are better than they were in the original version too. There also might be more of them, but
Yeah,
I'd
it
have to
was
go look it
definitely
up and figure
originally
out.
in Metal Hurlant 7. Um, I have not found
In heavy metal yet?
any
I wonder if it's
indication of the heavy metal crossover yet. But I agree with you that like at least I mean I
at least
wonder if it
that
was one of
panel.
those where we didn't get the whole story because every
Maybe.
once in a
Oh,
while
could be.
I feel like they do weird
Hmm.
um they do weird truncations in heavy metal. Um
Uh,
but selected publications.
yeah, I remember at
It's
some
not in
point
his
we
YouTube.
had found I had found um, a page that essentially had
Yeah.
every heavy metal that had come up, but I don't remember if I still have that link. Uh,
I feel like for people like us, there should be a footnote to say
well,
previously displayed in issue X, Y, and Z.
also this is Metal Hurlant, so it would be
Right?
like
Well,
kind
yeah,
of
exactly. That's the
yeah.
problem.
It's yeah. I don't even know if like they would say that for this one, or even if that would help us, right? Because they'd
Right.
tell us
Because
on
we
which
don't read
Metal
that.
Harlan it was in, but uh,
I will keep looking some, but we should move on.
It was a good
Um,
story.
yeah.
We got
I don't understand why it was 10 years in prison or 15 years in the military. I feel like they should have
yeah,
swapped.
I also don't understand that. Like, why is 15 minutes? Why is it longer in the military than it is in prison?
Right.
Well, because you don't have to be in prison.
I
be
guess.
more of a fun critique or commentary if it was less years in the military.
Right.
Anyway,
This is
we got a lot
true.
we got a lot of issue to go through still.
Yes, we do.
Uh, some
Uh,
Enki Bilal, Exterminator 17. We talked about this a little at the beginning.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
like one we've talked about it so much recently. I mean, we should talk about like what's changed in it, but I don't
The
feel like we need
color, the
to. Yeah.
color
I
makes such
Oh
a
my
different.
God, the color is
Oh my
so
God, I
gorgeous. Like, look
really
at this, like right here on this page that look a little redder than. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
no, it's fine. For as much as I loved this the first time in black and white, just doubled down. I was like, this
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah. Color
well,
made it way better.
and I was lukewarm
Yeah. I remember you
the
not really
first
being
time in
super
black
into
and
it.
white,
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't into
and
it.
adding the color, I'm all on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the color makes it amazing.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
yeah.
it just like really kicks it up a notch.
Well, and I think we've discussed this once or twice, but not a ton. Um, I feel like one of the biggest differences between European color and US color, particularly in the 70s and 80s, is the Europeans do a lot more of their definition through color than inking.
Sure.
Sure.
Does that
Mhm.
make sense?
Yep.
Maybe.
You know, stuff where the definition would have been uh, there from the inking, and I mean, I'm just going to use this as an example. The cheek down here in the bottom
Hmm.
right corner,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the inking, you
Oh,
just have
gotcha.
light,
Oh,
but you get the rosy cheek from
yeah.
the coloring.
Yep.
And I think in the US, rather than having the brownish tint, it would be more likely that it would be slightly differently inked in there with the same face color.
Right.
Certainly, again, in the 70s and early 80s, you know, our coloring has changed, but you
Oh,
know,
oh,
in the more exclusive four color era, I feel like a lot of this facial definition would have been done via inking rather than color, and it's often the reverse in European comics.
Is there any
and,
particular panels we want to bring
well,
attention to?
go back 2 pages.
Okay. I love
So
that too, how they just use the white space.
exactly, the negative space is not colored. They're like,
Right.
where are we? This is like, I loved how they used color here.
Right.
Definitely.
It was like
Yeah.
the background is not important.
And then
Less
these
is more.
weird, oh, sorry, that's
No,
later on.
no, you're good.
I was gonna say, a few pages later, they have the weird, like, death guys. That was kind of fun. I like that bit.
Yeah.
But, and I mean, I just kind of like the art style of it, and the colors of it they're muted, but they're like,
And I'm like, I love this red and blue motif that I don't think I imagined at all.
Oh, no, me neither.
no.
Yeah,
The
no.
fact that it's red and blue, it's just
Yeah.
so very
Right.
distinct. Like, it helps it stand out so much more
Mhm.
with color.
God, the design
Right.
of this dude.
Well,
I remember when we first
like,
read it, the design
Oh
of this
my
dude's
God,
hat.
is that Bart and Mickey Mouse?
What?
Look at his
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah. I don't think it's Bart. It looks more like Big Bird or maybe Donald Duck or something.
Maybe. Yeah, sorry. Like, I
But
just thought
still,
of
trying
yeah.
to
like
figure out
sort
if I
of,
got to zoom.
don't worry about it. I don't know that I want to take too much time on it anyways.
Right.
I
I
mean,
had not seen
I
that
can zoom in on
until
it's Donald
now.
Duck. I can zoom on my screen.
I'm
It's
doing
Donald
definitely
the
Mickey
Duck.
same.
Mouse, and it's probably
It's some sort of duck-like creature,
it's
yeah.
probably
Yeah.
That's
Donald Duck.
Donald. Looks
That
a little
makes
off for
sense.
Donald.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, this next page I was talking about with the weird guy who comes out of like the
Mhm.
wall.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, Exterminator 17, way better in color, I think is
Oh yeah.
the
Way
big
better.
takeaway. We've talked about it before in previous episodes of the book club. Definitely run there as we've got like 40, 50 pages to go and we're nearing our second hour already because
Yeah,
this
we
has
got
just
we
been
got we got
so
more so much more
good.
book to get through.
Now we're going to the inconceivable unknowns of the cosmos. I love Neighbors.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the end of
I just
Neighbors. It
love
was
the art.
Oh, that's
I
right. At the
love
end,
the
the end,
little
the monsters was us.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that was fun. This was a really fun comic. I liked this a lot. I like it was weird too that I don't know, I for some reason when they started speaking, because they don't speak until the very
Till the
last
end.
page.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then when they speak at the end, I was trying to find some narrative meaning that they were in this different world where like they can speak or that speech exists. I don't know. I don't think that's part of it. That might have just been the mind space that I was in when I started reading, um but yeah, I it was a really fun little twist at the end there. It was cool.
Mm,
Oh yeah, that was the fourth wall break.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Right.
mean, kinda. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean it's very much fourth wall. Like it's
I
looking
mean,
out. It's
it's like
theoretically looking out at us.
it's like a 3.5 wall break, I guess. Yeah, it's a fourth wall break. Because normally when I think of
3.5.
fourth wall break, I imagine that the person breaking the fourth wall knows that they're in the media that I'm consuming,
Ah, fair enough.
whereas these people are very much still in their own world and just happen to see me. But yeah, I guess I mean they're both different kinds of fourth wall break, I guess.
Yeah. I like it's got a very anime style. I like the
That yeah,
fish guy head.
that foot panel, I don't know why, but I love it. When they
Yeah,
discover this giant
that's
humanoid
really
foot,
the like bottom one or the middle one.
the
Like I really like
bottom.
the bottom one,
The,
especially with that like weird growth on the
You
toe.
yeah,
like the
it's
toes, huh?
cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of Alien
Yeah, yeah,
movie.
yeah.
This is another mostly silent that just works on so many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Still like fish head, man. It makes me think of Gumball. Is that the show?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very Gumball or Umbrella Academy. One of the two. Take your pick.
Yeah.
And I like this last panel breaking
Yeah,
out.
it's a very nice
Mhm,
I
panel.
see a
mhm.
huge face. Oh,
I wish they
Oh, and their guns. Oh my God. I forgot to bring that up.
their guns. What about their
At their
guns?
guns. They've got these like little squid tentacles at the
Oh
end.
yeah, I didn't even notice that when I read it.
Yeah, like it's the
Squid
case
guns.
throughout the entire thing. It's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's
And it's
fun.
not even like they're shooting like the tentacles.
They're just there.
They're just
Just part of the
tentacles.
gun.
Like if you look at some other pages, the mount or like the hole where like they fire from doesn't even quite look like a gun hole. It looks a little bit like off. I don't know. It kind of depends on which one you look at. Like that one looks more like it, but like if you look zoom or like look closely at the one on the page that you were just on, 189, in the bottom right corner, it looks a little
yeah.
bit like a mouth, as if it's just like a squid.
It looks like a tongue.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
don't squid eyes kind of look like that? Like these flat
And
things?
yeah, they yeah.
Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think flat thing, a little rounded with like the
Yeah,
little
like the pupil is kind of flat.
yeah, no, exactly. Maybe
Google
they
squid eye right now.
Thanatus.
No, squid eyes are pretty round. Well, no, there's this one looks pretty flat. Turns out it depends.
Oh, there you go.
Remarkable camera type eyes.
Thanatos. Carl Johnson.
She abandoned her life to go join.
I liked the art in this one more than the
And the
story.
story, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan,
This
100%.
like this page here is incredible. I love the way she looks.
Hmm.
I love the ship in the back. I love
The
everything
art is
about it.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's almost
You're right.
watercolor.
Yeah,
The story is
it's
just
got a
weird.
watercolor feel.
She abandoned the mother. I mean, like it's very I think it's into Greek myth and lore, like
Right.
because they're
I
talking
do I
about
do love
Thanatos and
this inset panel.
Mhm.
Oh,
who's the woman who like
203.
embodied darkness.
To me, this is one of the sad instances where the art does not save the story.
Hmm.
There's some great pages.
Oh my God, yes. But there's no way that would be my favorite story, no matter what.
Oh,
Right.
sure.
This one was cool too.
Yep.
What's this one called again?
Red.
Red.
Red,
Red. Yeah,
Virginie
this one.
Augustin.
This one was really cool.
It's another
Um,
silent, isn't it?
Hmm.
yeah, it's another silent. I mean, until the end,
Mostly.
right? It's all these civilizations on Mars leave for whatever reason. And then maybe it's the fact that they were all on Mars, and then after they got to Mars, that's when the pathway to stars opened up for all of them, all of those other
Right.
civilizations. Is that the idea?
I think
No.
so.
Uh,
Like all those civilizations also got to the red planet one day, and then continue the Ray Bradbury quote. And once we do, the stairway to the stars or whatever opens up.
yeah.
Pathway to
Pathway
the
to the
Stars will
stars will
open up
open up
before
before
them.
them.
This was my favorite story.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. And I love how we just miss the detail when our rover lands on Mars that, oh, yep, civilization, it was there. There's
Hmm.
alien life. There's more to this.
Yeah.
Right.
And you just missed it because your impatient little rover just zoomed right past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
These
like this
strange
one.
looking Mars aliens too.
Hmm.
They're like, oh, that looks like a guy, and then like they take the binoculars down. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
what is going on there?
I like to imagine that the idea of the story is that like there's just something about Mars. So like they all got there. All of these other civilizations got there, and then at that point, the pathway to the stars opened up for them. And now that we've gotten there, it will follow in their footsteps and
Hmm.
be among
Yes.
them in that last panel.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
This one
Oh,
was
right.
wild.
this was fucking wild.
Mark
Whatever the hell's
Carroll
going on in this
and
story.
George DeVos.
I want to talk to the writer and be like, dude, are you
Yeah.
okay?
Ask him if he's okay. So this guy looks like he's here to survey this planet, and he discovers this flesh totem.
Monolith, yeah.
Yeah, and then has sex with the monolith. Is
And
con
he
is
decides to lick it.
And
is consumed.
just to be perfectly fair, this monolith seems to have very much women
Yeah, I
attached
mean
Well,
to it.
it's
I
a
almost feel
Cronenberg
like it's
monolith for sure.
I feel like it's able to change to be what he
Oh
Sure,
desires.
yeah, it's
And
really
yeah,
I
is.
mean,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I'm
But it's
just letting, people
but
know
it
what's,
but the man is bait for the monolith because
Yep.
the
Yeah.
monolith takes the bait and then it goes to sleep or something.
Yep.
Right.
And then this little droid comes and like finishes whatever the explosion, the bomb or whatever they're planting, and they're like, all right,
Right.
let's do another one. It's like, what?
Right. Right.
It was crazy.
Uh,
yeah.
and then our I think this is our final forging the metal.
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun. Under Proxima Centauri, however,
Mhm.
um,
This first
What was
one
this
is
one? Oh,
super
this was the
cool.
Space
the
Cat
vessel
one.
by
Yeah.
Daria Schmidt. Yeah, the space
Space
cat.
cat.
This one was cool. I don't have
I
I don't have a lot of
I
deep, crazy thoughts about this one. It was
It
just
was
a fun,
Yeah, fuck
weird.
deep crazy thoughts. Just run for the ride, man.
Like if Anne Frank were a sci-fi comic writer, this might have been it.
There you go.
Not Anne
I
Frank. What is it? Well, no, not Anne Frank. Who is the? I can't believe I messed that up. Who's the Who's the
You don't think she would have written this while
maybe, I
she
mean,
was?
maybe she would have been. Who knows? Who is the person that did like the colorful peaches, the
Lisa.
folders? Lisa Frank. Yes, Lisa Frank. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yep.
love this yawn. I mean, as a cat adorer, this cat is just so perfect.
My wife is giving the most bewildered look. She's incredulous.
This, and then when it turns out that there's just
Universe of
a
cats.
whole, a whole belt of
Oh,
curled up
man.
cats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, this is just so
You
pretty.
slowly get more and more
I
visual
love this yawn.
from cat universe.
Big cat.
This yawn is
Her like
so
wading into the
great.
pool of this cat's eye was really cool.
That bothered me.
He just
Can
made
you
you
imagine
feel
something that
uncomfortable.
big walking into your eye?
You
I
just
was
had
like,
like a
ouch.
like
Well,
tryptophobia specifically
that's
to someone
what
walking into
woke
your
her up.
eyeball.
Yep. There's definitely the this is amazing, and there's definitely the this is scary as fuck.
Mhm.
That's part of what makes it so great.
Yeah.
No, that's true. It reminds
Oh,
me of Dead Space 2 and the needle scene.
Hmm.
Anyhow,
That was cool.
SOS Ellie Halt.
I didn't fully understand this one either.
Yeah, this was interesting.
I don't really know what happened.
Um,
This little droid thing comes out of the
Probe
ground,
thing takes
follows.
over the body of the dead astronaut.
Well, yeah, yeah.
I don't get it.
there's
Why?
some sort of call for help. I mean, that's the SOS.
That's true, I guess. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
guess like it gets there and it's like, well, here I'll make it walk.
Here's this giant ball. We did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't fully understand exactly what was
Yeah,
I
going
me
mean,
on
neither.
here.
like we've definitely seen absurdist stories like this before.
Hmm.
Yep.
So I feel like this is just kind of absurdism in space.
yeah.
So this is like the bus
Well,
in
and then
space.
there's this whole moment where it looks like the robot is sweating.
Right.
Yeah, that's yeah right
Yeah.
here. Yeah, the robot's nervous.
Oh,
Into the
Robot
sky.
slash gumdrop.
Yeah, it's a dot,
Right.
a candy dot.
Dot candy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it gets in the thing, and then the body walks away from the crash site, back to the hole. He walking back to the hole, maybe?
Is he
Yeah.
walking back or is he
I think
walking forward?
he's walking back to the hole because that's the thing came
yeah,
out of a hole,
he
right?
walks back to
Yeah.
this like big black ball,
Goes
and the
back to
whole
the launch site.
yeah
So he's rescued this body by taking
abducted it.
control of it.
Right. I don't know, but it's pretty.
Psychoanalysis. Sorry,
Pretty,
now.
pretty is the only nice thing I have to say about
I'm
it.
gonna pretend it's something about
But then here we go. We gotta hand it to Dylan now though.
let's
Oh
go
yeah.
Gale. I mean it's fine. Gale is such a gorgeous book. It's such a
Mhm.
gorgeous story. The art in it is so wild. And the lettering is it's
So well done, finally.
the lettering.
It's still harder, but it was way more readable here than it had been before.
It's
Yeah,
true, yes.
100%.
The kerning has not improved.
Kerning.
I still appreciate the font. I mean, it's exactly as it was. Oh my God, this top little skull gadget creature thing
Yeah.
at the top of the page there, so cool.
Mhm.
I do like this page.
Yeah.
You know, one where we had color before, or we didn't.
We did have color before,
Yeah, yeah.
but it wasn't as crisp.
No, that's true.
This is where the difference is all in modern printing.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, then we've got the remainder.
Yeah, what happened in the remainder?
Okay, is it me or does this guy look like the Phantom?
It does
I
look a little
thought
bit
the
like a
same
phantom.
thing. Yes.
It bugged me the whole time I was
He
reading
looks
that.
like, yeah, I thought it was going to be a Billy Zane
Yeah.
Right.
Phantom
I was
type
like,
thing.
ugh.
So I think there's something cool going on in this comic, and I don't know how to grasp it, and I don't know if it's right or if I don't know understand anything. But so he wakes up and he's talking about somebody that he fought, but like he was out of rage, and now he's
Yep.
thought about it for a long time, and
It
so
must
he's
deal
like
with it
he's
differently.
thought of a better punishment
Yep.
because now he's not emotional about it, so he's planned it out. But then he's talking about like he goes to a past memory that's I think a really cool idea where the memory's been like chewed away by ruminating on it. Like
Right.
memories themselves, like if you think about a memory for too long, it starts to not really resemble what actually happened, which I think is a cool idea.
Yeah.
But then, and so like I think where he's at near the end of this comic, I think he's in his own memories.
Yeah.
And in the last page, I don't know what the fuck happened. He's
I
now,
feel like it's almost like he wound up punishing himself instead.
yeah, I mean maybe.
Could be.
So yeah, so he's talking about this, and he goes back, and right now we assume he's in his memories, and these weird creatures that live there have led him to what are maybe his past self. I don't know. And showed me my countless thoughts had hidden. I don't know what that means, but I want to believe that there's something deep here that I could get some emotional value
Well,
out
he's
of.
kind of
But I
got the
don't.
thinker pose here.
Yeah, I
Yep.
don't. I want very.
Almost like instead of all of this stuff we've seen, he's really just been thinking
Yeah.
for
Yes.
these thousands of
Introspection
Yes, he
years.
hasn't physically gone anywhere.
anywhere.
These
Right.
are just him thinking about his memories. And I want to, if I understood fully this last page, I feel confident that this would be my favorite story. But I don't know what it means fully, and I am going to be thinking about it for way too long. So maybe it should be my favorite story. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, how does that make it
I
worse?
don't know because I don't know. I have to think on it longer. I don't know.
The whole world will be watching.
This was the story that I
Frank
was talking
Jelnick.
about that reminded me of the Albert monkeys
Okay.
Right,
when they
right,
launched
right.
into space and then with a couple of them died just like sitting out in the hot New Mexico sun. And I thought that's what was going to be happening here. But then it turned out he was a weird squid man.
This reminds me of I think it was Love, Death, and Robots
It's
episode
possible.
where and it's not exactly the same, but it was like he's in this kind of like trance-like thing. I guess it's not really the same at all. I don't know why it reminds me of it, but like essentially like he's here and then there's a shock of it's not some I think in the Love, Death, and I think it was Love, Death, and Robots um episode. Like it turns out that he thought he was talking to a human female, and when he actually wakes up out of this dream, he's talking to some space alien being, and she puts him back into the sleep at the end. But it's kind of a weird thing where it's like you think he's like some normal human being, and then slowly he like in these last few pages he just reveals himself to. I'm not saying he wasn't human at some point, but currently now he's got
Yeah, because it
yeah,
feels like he didn't know he was going to look like this as he took
Yeah,
stuff
he
off.
seemed very surprised when he took off his glove.
Yes.
and even more surprised as he slid out of the suit entirely.
But
Hmm.
I also love that, like, whatever voice is talking to him through the radio, this is what was supposed to happen.
They
This
fully
was
understood what was going
success.
on. He did
Right.
not.
This was
This
success.
was mission accomplished
Right.
We've done it, they say.
in a George W. kind of way.
Well, but except that it's Russians and they're coming at him with a heavily armed
Yeah,
helicopter.
I want to know what they've accomplished. I don't really get it.
Yeah.
That they've successfully grafted this man's head onto tentacles,
They've
On the
created their
Squidward.
first superhero.
I guess.
We
Created
don't
Yeah,
know
I
their
what
don't
those
know.
first
tentacles can and
they've
can't
created their
do.
But
first
it's from
tentacle
space.
monster. Yep, they certainly have.
So, all right. Best ongoing. There's really only two choices. So we got Exterminator 17, we got Gale. I have a feeling I know where Dylan is going.
I
I'm
can't
gonna,
remember the last time we did this. Did we keep the ongoing or did we like mix it up
I don't
somehow?
know.
I know we didn't keep the ongoing because we couldn't because there weren't any.
Yep.
I think
Um,
I think the last time we did this too,
I'm just wondering if
despite there
like we
being a
should do
lot of
some.
really great original stories, I still
right.
picked whatever Drie story was in there.
Well, I feel like it might be worth doing like
Well,
uh
I'm seeing if I can find the notes on the other one.
I mean even just
Um,
like a new
I'm gonna
story
chew on this
versus
page. And
old
day and a
story,
night and
right? But I don't
10,000
know
years
what's
before were etched
new and
onto your face, your
what's
once ageless face.
replacement.
Show me all my countless thoughts had hidden.
Actually, I think this front page kind of tells us what's new and
it
what's
does.
and I guess there's only four um old or things that they reused, right?
All my countless thoughts had hidden.
Yeah, Matt, they do tell us the Metal Hurlant that they were originally in, I
Nice.
think.
Uh,
They just
That
don't
was
tell
very
us,
thoughtful of them.
yeah. They just don't tell us the original heavy metal that they were in, if they were in a heavy metal ever.
no, what we did last time is we just dumped ongoing. We just did story and panel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we should just do that again. Uh,
I'm
I'm
okay
not
either way.
opposed to like
I
doing
Story and
I
panel's
ongoing or
good.
whatever, but
I thought it would be funny to see who won between Exterminator 17 and Gale.
Okay, so for that, I'm good. Let's do it.
let's do it.
I
Fine.
mean, because among other things, like I don't think I ever voted for Exterminator 17 in all of the other readings, and that's my pick for ongoing right now. Suck it,
Same.
Dylan.
Same.
Yeah, sorry, Dylan. I gotta go with that one too. I love
I'm s-
Gale, but
3-1. Woo!
if it were oh man, I can't remember the name of it now. What's the one where like the other I think it was another Trier story where the guy was created by the gods, but basically created to be hated by the gods. You don't remember this
I don't think
story?
it's Drake. It's
I thought that was a later chapter in Gale.
Gale, yeah.
Is
oh,
no
that's
no
not
no.
Gale. That's
It's a
something
whole other
else.
story on its own.
It was. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was great though.
I mean, I think it's still a lone Sloan story.
I think
Yeah.
it might be a Lone Sloan
Well,
story.
Gale is also a lone
Yeah,
Sloan
that's what I
story.
meant.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Right.
I think
choose
it might be the same person who did Gale.
No,
yeah.
no. He was saying that it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it was like Morb the incomprehensible or Morb the
Right.
hated or it was
Yeah,
some
yeah,
weird
yeah.
name
Yeah,
plus a name that implies that everybody hates him.
yeah, something like that.
All
My
right.
favorite ongoing is Gale. Screw you
Of
guys.
course it is. So
This
the
is what you
much
say.
harder.
My favorite ongoing is Gale. My vote's worth four. You guys are only worth one apiece.
So the much harder question, best story. I right now have for me it down to one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine choices. Because I'm thinking between
Yeah,
Elsewhere,
there's
David Jones, It's a Small Universe, The Source, The Outcasts of Space, Governor of Mars, Egg, Neighbors, and The Vessel. And I think I'm actually going to go with The Vessel. I love my cats too much.
I think my favorite images probably come from the vessel.
Yeah, but we're story right now.
Story for me, red.
Yep, I already have you down for it.
Oh, there's so many pretty good ones. Let me see.
Yeah, that's why I just read off all of my contenders.
Nope.
The notes that I've taken as we have gone through.
while I was reading this, I thought, okay, really pick out your favorites. You don't have to be like this, or this. And I was like, it's red.
Which wasn't even one of my contenders, which
And
tells
that's
you
hilarious to me. But that was
well, but it
mine.
also tells you how fucking good this is.
Yep.
Because it's not that I don't like Red. I like Red a lot. I just looked at the other stories that I'd already put down as contenders, and I'm like, I don't like it enough to even add it to this list.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Um, which is why in some ways it's not surprising that the last thing that I added to the list is the one that I took because like in some sense every time I was adding to the list it's like okay, is this as good or better than everything else that I've already put here?
Yep.
I'm not sure I would pick this like at other points in life or history, but I'm gonna go with elsewhere.
That, that was also I mean that was on my
It's
short
just
list.
it's overly, yeah, overly relevant to like, well, it's overly relevant to my life right now. I'll say that much. But, you know, also to society, it feels pretty relevant to society in general. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's we're completely duped by AI, and I don't think we ever will be, but
No, you should pick up Mark Russell's Aggie one shot from the AWA Protopias collection came out this week.
sure.
Um, he challenged himself to come up with a a story where AI dramatically improved the world rather than destroying it. And he had AI pretty much destroy it on the way to improving it. Um, yeah, he did a good job. You should read it. It's called Aggie.
Sounds pretty good. I'll have to try and
Yeah.
check it out.
Hmm.
And I'll be talking to Mark next week.
There you go. Dylan, what's your favorite story? Did you say it already?
No, listen, I think the remainder, I'm going to say the remainder with an asterisk. The asterisk is until I figure out what the hell the last word box, the last caption box means, what the last words in the story mean.
I mean, that's kind of like that the what I said. Like today, it's this. I
Right.
Yeah.
don't know that would be this every day of my life, or but
Yeah. I'm gonna not stop thinking about this until I come to some conclusion about what the end of this means. Um, and if I do, maybe it'll stay the remainder. But if I end up thinking it's dumb and I hate it, then it's gonna be red.
That's fair.
yeah, there are a lot of good panels in this one too.
There
Yeah.
are. I did a similar thing with this where I was trying to like take notes as I went and as I'm going through and relooking at them again, I'm shocked that I didn't like I'd already picked panels that were so good that like no Mobius panels got picked.
All the Druye panels got picked, right?
Uh,
All the Gale panels.
no,
Hmm.
no, sorry.
Yeah,
I like Drew A, but I'm not nearly the fan of
I
him.
think I figured out the panel I'm gonna choose. That's from a
Okay.
comic that the story wasn't. We already mentioned the story wasn't really there for, but I really like the strange image. So, but there was a lot of good ones, so it's like not an easy choice. Mine is on page 201, in the middle of what's it, Thanatos? Yeah, Thanatos. That one, yeah.
Okay.
No, next page, because apparently this doesn't line up. Next page. There you go. I don't know why I like that one, but it's kind of weird and kind of creepy, and I mean, she's just laying with this like dead
So the top
body,
part or the whole page?
the top part. I mean,
Yeah,
like the bottom
I'm
like
with
little
you.
section is fine too, but
Because that inset was on my short list. It's not going to make it, but it was on my short list.
Yeah.
actually, yeah, I think I'll go with the whole page. I mean, like it's just even though it's like got two different panels on it, it's
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go with that story, but I'm gonna go like 2 or 3 pages before the splash page of her walking away from her spaceship with her gun.
that's
That
another
one,
good
yeah,
This
one.
that's a
one.
good one.
Yeah. So now it's just down to Matt and Tad.
Um, mm,
You want me to go, Ted?
if you're ready,
Sure. Page 3 and page 274 combined because they bookend the entire issue.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Which one?
Page 3,
It's
page
just
This
three.
oh
page,
yeah. Yeah, that's good.
the
that
very
yeah,
end
that one right
page
there,
where you
Yeah.
see him
and
inside.
274.
Oh
There you go.
yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't
I
And
even
I think
catch
fucking
that's
that.
Mobius. I think that's Mobius to boot, but I'm not
but I loved that. I was
100%
like, oh my God,
yeah.
I remember that from the other side. I was like, this is brilliant.
Yeah,
Inside
that
front
was
cover, standard edition, back cover, deluxe edition by Mobius. Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah. Um mm, okay, I'm down to four.
I'm down to
Uh
4. I'm down to 5. Wait,
all right,
what?
you're right. I'm down to five.
Damn it. You weren't supposed to
No, I'm
take my
not.
joke
No,
and
I'm
make it
not.
real.
No, I'm not. Because when I got to the fifth page, this is actually the winner, but
There you
it
go.
is the whole page.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, to be fair, it's really more everything but the first two panels. The first two panels I can go either way on,
Yeah.
but the her emerging, him cracking his shell, like yeah,
That's a really
uh,
good
this
page.
this is from our what was it? It was
Another
the
really good
egg.
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 Another really good
I
Egg
almost
by
picked
Yag
that
Milan.
panel, this one, the go back a couple pages. Go
another
back one
one.
more. This one. I
That
almost
one.
picked this one on the bottom left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
I was looking at that
that's a
one
fucking great
too.
panel too.
Yep. Yep.
There was some stuff in here that I was like, oh, I kind of want to like pick something from here, and then was like, I'm gonna go pick this up
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah,
Bugman.
yeah.
Just
This
so much
was
great imagery. So
yeah, metal or I mean heavy metal's been doing a great job, so I almost hate to like say Metal Hurlant has been hands down better than the new heavy metal, but I kind of feel that way and I still think that the new heavy metal has been amazing, if that
I
makes
mean, that'd be
sense.
great, but we haven't talked about anything other than heavy metal #1 on there yet.
Right. Right. Um
Teardrop. Anyhow,
well, I mean you guys got to get your own because they're not giving us easy shareable
sure. No, I
things.
totally get it.
The digital you have to read it on their website, which is weird, and it's a mediocre viewer. I mean, they've essentially. I will likely when my 1 year subscription is up, go to getting it through my comic shop rather than getting it direct because the digital they give me isn't worth it.
Mhm.
Sure.
Um,
Sure,
but
sure, sure,
yeah,
sure, sure.
All right.
no.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much. That was
It's a marathon.
it was a marathon, but it was also such a fucking good comic.
It was
Yep.
fun.
So
It was
yeah,
fucking
Totally.
fun. I'm so glad we
yeah,
added one to this month.
yeah. So for Dylan and my brother Peter and my buddy Matt, like if we don't talk again before the holiday, thank you so much for going on this journey with me. Matt, take us out.
All right, we'll continue after the next page.